All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we're diving into something that I think is really cool, and that's how to make complex ideas simple using animated explainer videos.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, this isn't just about cartoons. This is about reaching people in a
Especially,
world where their attention spans are shorter than a goldfish.
yeah, you're not kidding. I've seen the research on that.
Oh, I know.
And it really highlights why traditional marketing is struggling.
Right?
People scroll, they swipe, they're bombarded with information
Very
constantly.
constantly.
So how do you break through that noise and actually get your message across?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like animated explainer videos are a key part of the answer.
Yeah, I think so.
Our sources suggest they can be incredibly effective in not just capturing attention, but also driving real results.
Absolutely. It's that visual learning. It's
Yeah.
tapping into the way we learn. I
Right.
mean, think about it. We're visual creatures.
Way.
We remember images and stories far better than dry text or bullet points.
I know I'm one of those.
Animated explainers combine those elements,
Where they do?
and so that makes even the most complex ideas digestible and engaging.
Yeah, it's like sneaking in a bit of learning when they think they're just watching a fun video.
Exactly.
It's great.
And that's the beauty of it. They don't feel like marketing,
I know.
which is a huge plus in today's ad-fatigued world.
Huge plus. Plus, they're super shareable.
Oh, yeah.
People love sending funny or informative videos to their friends,
Right.
and that word-of-mouth marketing is gold.
It is gold, absolutely.
Right.
And speaking of gold, have you noticed who else is using animated explainer videos?
Woo.
Big brands.
Oh, okay.
We're talking companies like Google and YouTube.
Okay, now that you mention it, I have seen those pop up everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
If those giants are investing in this format, there must be something to it.
They've got the data,
Yeah.
they've got the resources, and they're clearly seeing a positive return on their investment.
Right.
So now the challenge is making this power accessible to everyone, not just those with massive marketing budgets.
Right, and that's where this whole democratization of animation thing comes in.
Exactly.
Our sources point to software like Cartoon It Up as a potential game changer
Yeah.
for individuals and businesses who want to create these videos without needing a Hollywood studio.
That's the idea.
Yeah,
It's about empowering anyone with a message to harness the power of animation.
I like it.
Imagine being able to create engaging videos for your website, social media, product demos, you name it,
Yeah.
all without needing advanced design skills or breaking the bank.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Yeah,
They make it sound so easy.
right.
Drag, drop, boom, you've got an animated masterpiece.
That's the idea.
But is it really that simple?
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
Okay.
Let's dive into the specifics of how Cartoon It Up works and see if it lives up to the hype.
All right, so
So they talk about a drag and drop interface,
yeah,
tons of pre-made characters and scenes,
yeah,
even built-in voiceover recording.
okay.
It seems like they've thought of everything.
It does.
But beyond the bells and whistles,
Oh,
the real question is, how user-friendly is it? Could someone with zero animation experience really create a professional-looking video?
That's the key.
I think so.
I mean, I can barely draw a stick figure.
Right?
So if I can create something halfway decent,
Yeah.
they've really achieved something special.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And it's funny,
No.
our source material actually mentions that even kids can use this software.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Kids these days are practically born with a smartphone in hand.
They are.
If they can navigate this, that's a pretty good sign.
That's a good sign.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
Ease of use is great.
Yeah.
But what about the actual quality of the animations? We don't want our videos looking like they were made by a 5-year-old, right? That's the thing.
So let's talk about the visual side of things.
Okay.
The source material highlights Cartoon It Up's library of custom-drawn characters, props, and backgrounds.
Okay, so they're not just using generic clip art.
No.
Okay, that's good news for anyone who wants their videos to stand out from the crowd.
Exactly.
But how extensive is this library? So I get to choose from like 3 different hairstyles and one sad-looking cactus?
Yeah. No,
Because that's not going to cut it.
not at all.
Yeah.
They claim to have over 200 character images,
Okay.
each with multiple poses, plus a wide variety of backgrounds, props, and pre-made scenes.
All right, now we're talking.
Yeah.
That level of variety gives you a lot of creative flexibility
Sure.
to tell your story in a unique way.
For sure.
But visual appeal is only half the battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about audio? Can I add my own voiceover, music, sound effects? Or am I stuck with the default robot voice?
Great question.
Yeah.
Audio is crucial for setting the tone and keeping viewers engaged.
Right.
Fortunately, Cartoon It Up seems to have that covered as well.
Let's hear it. What kind of audio options do they offer?
Well, for starters, they have built-in voiceover recording.
Okay.
So you can narrate your video right within the software.
Okay.
No need for fancy microphones or recording studios.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Making it accessible for the average person,
Yes.
not just professional video editors.
Exactly.
But what if I'm tone deaf and can't carry a tune to save my life?
Right.
Do they have music options?
They do. They offer royalty-free music tracks
Okay.
that you can add to your videos.
That's good.
So you can find the perfect soundtrack to match your message and brand.
Okay, I'm liking this more and more.
Good.
But let's talk practical applications.
Okay.
We've got all these cool features, but how can people actually use Cartoon It Up to achieve their specific goals?
Ooh, that's where things get really interesting.
Hit me with some examples.
Well, think about your website.
Okay.
Instead of a wall of text that makes people's eyes glaze over, imagine a captivating animated explainer video that grabs their attention and tells them exactly what you do and why they should care.
Okay, I can see how that would be way more engaging
Yeah,
than just reading paragraphs of text.
exactly.
What about social media?
Perfect example.
Mm.
Animated videos are highly shareable, which means you get more organic reach and brand exposure.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
And what about for those of us who are terrified of public speaking?
Oh, good point.
Can these videos help with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can create animated explainer videos for product demos, tutorials, presentations,
Right.
anything where you need to explain something clearly and engagingly,
Okay.
but maybe don't want to be the one standing in front of the camera.
It's like having your own personal animated spokesperson.
Exactly.
Thanks.
And because they're so versatile, you can tailor them to different audiences and platforms.
Right.
You could create a short, snappy video for Instagram, a longer, more detailed one for YouTube, and even incorporate them into your email marketing campaigns.
Wow, the more we talk about this, the more possibilities I see.
Right.
But there's one big question that's still looming.
Okay.
We know professional animation can be really expensive.
Yeah.
How does Cartoon It Up address that?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one that we'll explore further in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're going to keep diving deeper into this whole DIY animation thing.
Yeah, and I'm especially interested in whether this software can really help us harness, this marketing superpower.
I agree. I hear you.
So last time we left off with a big question.
Yeah.
Does Cartoon It Up actually deliver on its promise of making professional quality animation accessible to the masses? Let's be real. Sometimes those marketing claims can be a little, shall we say, embellished?
I hear you. It's healthy to be skeptical.
Right.
Especially when it comes to something as potentially transformative as this. But, the potential benefits are huge.
Yeah, they are.
If this software can actually help people create engaging videos without needing, a design degree or a huge budget, that's a game changer.
It really is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, like you said, we need to separate hype from reality.
Yeah.
So let's dig into the nuts and bolts of cartoon. Up and see what's really going on under the hood.
Let's do it. The source material emphasizes ease of use as a major selling point.
Okay.
They talk about this drag and drop interface.
I'm all about intuitive.
Right.
I once tried to assemble a piece of furniture with instructions that looked like they were written in hieroglyphics. It didn't end well.
I can imagine.
So tell me more about this drag and drop magic.
Well, imagine like a virtual stage
Okay.
with all your characters and props and backgrounds ready to go.
Yeah.
You simply select what you want,
Okay.
drag it onto the stage, and position it exactly where you want it to appear in your scene.
Okay. I can visualize that. It's kind of like playing with digital puppets.
It is. It is.
But what about the animation itself? Do I have to painstakingly move each element frame by frame, or is there some kind of shortcut?
That's where the software's intelligence comes in.
Okay.
They claim to have pre-animated movements and actions built in.
Oh, okay.
So instead of animating from scratch, you can choose from a library of pre-made animations and apply them to your characters.
So if I want my character to walk across the screen, I don't have to individually move their legs for every step.
Exactly.
Blessed relief.
Yeah.
But what if I want to do something a little more custom, like have my character do a backflip while juggling flaming torches?
Well, I'm not sure about flaming torches and backflips,
Okay.
but the source material does mention a feature called custom animation paths.
Okay.
This supposedly allows you to draw a path for your character or object to follow, giving you more control over the movement.
Okay, so they've got the basics covered.
It seems like it.
But they also give you some tools to get a little more creative and personalized. I
Exactly.
like it. But let's talk visuals for a minute.
Okay.
One of my biggest pet peeves with some of these DIY animation tools is that they use cheesy clip art that looks like it was pulled from a 1990s PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Does Cartoon It Up suffer from that same affliction?
It doesn't seem so. They emphasize their library of custom-drawn characters, props, and backgrounds.
Okay.
They even specifically mention that they don't use stock images or photos, which is a good sign.
Okay, so they're putting in the effort to create original assets.
Yes,
That definitely sets them apart from some of the other options out there.
for sure.
But quantity is only half the story, right? What about the quality of these custom-drawn elements? Are we talking Saturday morning cartoon vibes or something a little more polished?
From what I've gathered, they seem to be aiming for a modern, professional aesthetic. They
Okay.
even mention different art styles to choose from,
Okay.
depending on the tone and message of your video.
All right, so you can create something fun and whimsical or something sleek and corporate
Right.
depending on your needs. That's great, but let's not forget about the audio.
Yes.
We've all sat through videos with grating background music or robotic voiceovers. It's a nightmare.
So, what kind of audio options does Cartoon It Up offer?
Yeah, they seem to have a decent selection.
Okay.
First off, they have built-in voiceover recording so you can narrate your video right within the software.
Oh, nice.
No need to invest in expensive recording equipment or hire a professional voice actor unless you want to.
I've tried those free text-to-speech websites before, and let's just say the results were less than impressive.
Right.
So I'm glad they offer built-in recording.
Yeah.
But what about music? Can I add my own tracks, or am I stuck with whatever they provide?
You can upload your own music if you want to,
Okay.
but they also offer a library of royalty-free music tracks specifically curated for explainer videos.
Okay.
And these aren't your generic elevator music tunes.
Oh.
They seem to have a good variety of genres and moods to choose from.
Okay, that's a big plus.
It is.
Having access to royalty-free music can be a lifesaver.
The last thing you want is to get hit with a copyright claim because you used your favorite pop song as background music.
Exactly. It's about making the process as seamless and headache-free as possible.
Right, so let's say I've created this amazing animated masterpiece.
Okay.
What happens next? How do I actually get it out into the world?
Good question. They seem to offer a range of export options.
Okay.
You can create videos in different resolutions and file sizes optimized for various platforms. So you could create one version for your website,
Okay.
another for social media,
Right?
and maybe even a shorter, snappier version for Instagram stories.
All right, so they've got the flexibility covered.
Yeah.
But there's one elephant in the room that we haven't addressed yet.
Okay.
We all know that professional animation can be really expensive.
It is.
How does Cartoon It Up handle that?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
And it's one that will unravel in the final part of our deep dive.
All right. Cliffhanger alert. Guess we'll have to wait to see if Cartoon It Up truly delivers on its promise of affordability. Okay, so we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into the world of animated explainer videos. The big question still looming is, can you really get those top-notch animations without the big price tag?
That's the million-dollar question. I mean, we've talked about Cartoon It Up, how easy it is to use, all the features, but the bottom line is, does it actually make sense, for your business, for your budget?
Yeah, and especially when you think back to what we said about the cost of professional animation. $5,000 to $35,000 per minute of video? Like, wow, that's a lot.
I know, right? And for a lot of people, that's just not realistic.
Yeah.
Small businesses, entrepreneurs, they have great ideas, but they can't always afford those costs. So the idea that they can use software to do it themselves, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it is. But I'm always a little skeptical,
Yeah.
Like, what's the catch? Is the quality going to be bad? Are there hidden fees? Am I going to spend forever trying to figure it out?
Well, those are fair questions, and unfortunately, we don't have specific pricing info, but what they do emphasize is value. Empowering creators, making animation accessible to everyone. They're really trying to shake things up in the industry.
I like that. Shaking things up and saving money, what's not to like? But even if it's cheaper than hiring a studio, it's still an investment. So how do you know if it's the right move?
I think you got to start with your goals. What do you want these videos to do for you? Increase awareness, drive sales, explain a product, just entertain your audience.
Right, but how do those goals translate into, actual results?
Yeah,
That's what matters, right? You can't just spend money without seeing a return.
absolutely. It's all part of your overall marketing strategy. If those videos connect with people, bring traffic to your site, boost sales, then the cost of the software isn't as important.
It's like spend money to make money, but you got to spend it on the right things.
Exactly. So do your research, read reviews, maybe even try a free trial before you commit.
That's always a good idea. Speaking of research, we've covered a lot of ground today. Where can people go to learn more?
Their website is cartoonitup.online.
Okay, so that's cartoonitup.online.
Yes.
All right, well, there you have it. We've explored animated explainer videos,
Hmm.
talked about Cartoon It Up, and hopefully got you excited to try animation for yourself. I mean, in a world where everyone's attention span is, like a goldfish,
Yeah,
a good video can really make a difference.
I think so. It's all about finding the right tools and strategies to really stand out and make your message stick. Maybe animation is the answer you've been looking for.
Awesome. Well, that's it for today. Until next time, keep diving deep, keep creating,